I would like to contains one setting. Well, here all comment is acceptable. Well, now here I would accept every comments as soon as possible. Well, now here we can see I contains very disturbance. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you to welcome you to my channel, Sheikh Afghan Jelebi, the Misogynist Michaela. According with titles, yes, today we are roasting a feminist celebrity in the topic of NEET examinations. Here, today's keyword is GST on Meritorious boy aspirants, and here today's our feminist celebrity is Nirmala Sitharaman. Okay, now in the previous calendar, in the Independence Day, we have roast Nirmala Sitharaman in the topic of the here GST and income tax, where Nirmala Sitharaman was from JNU. Okay, and now let's check it. Where's the points? Here we can see. Now here is the point is why Nirmala Sitharaman is the culprit of NEET exam 2026 meritorious boy aspirants. Here we can see these points, that is the moments. Okay, now here let's check it the points, and now here is that points. The topic is GST on meritorious boys students. Now the question was, Wallah Habibi, could you tell me about Nirmala Sitharaman GST policies on Indian rich kid study purpose products like computer, televisions, holographic projector computers, rich kid study vehicles like helicopters, private jets, private Yachi and Ferrari or Lamborghini, etc. And let's check it. What could we found? Here we could notify. Now, what about the error in the 18% GST? Here, computers, televisions, mid-range electronics contains 18% GST. On the other hand, Ferrari, Lamborghini, private jet, helicopter, Yachi contains GST of 40%. Well, this GST would be paid by meritorious boy aspirants. Okay. Now here we can see these points. Now what is the significant momentums as we could see. Okay. Well, and here now it is the significant moments as we can notify. Here we could see this the driving tour. Here meritorious students departure it would be from Tel Aviv, the capital city of Israel, and arrival would be New Delhi, the capital city of New Delhi. New Delhi, the capital city of India. What is the purpose? The purpose would be here. The meritorious boy aspirants can attend NEE exam score calculators. Okay. Now let's check the points. Who would pay 80% GST on com- study computers and 40% GST on uh, study vehicles. Here we can see the response. What is the realities of him? And we can see the response. Well, and now here we can check the meritorious boy aspirants. And now let's check it. He can score 180 correct answers out of 180 questions. And now, well, and he contains no wrong answers of the questions. Now let's check it. What would be the results? Here we can see this. The results would be 700. Score would be 720 out of 720. Okay. Now let's check the points. Well, cost of Ferrari okay. Now here we can see these points. Now let's check it. Walla Habibi, could you tell me about cost of Ferrari Lamborghini private yacht private jet of student in USD without GST, please. And now here is my questions. Now let's check it. What is the answers? And here I would contains the calculators at the moment. I think my calculator is ready. Okay. Ferrari prices here we can say the moments. Here Ferrari prices here 575,000 United States dollars. Lamborghini prices without GST here 361 United States dollars. Okay. Private yacht highest price is 100 million United States dollars, and here private jet's price without GST is 75 million United States dollars. Now let's check at the moments. Oh, now here I can contain the points. What is 1.7 million multiplied by 0.4 times? That is here. What is 1.7 multiplied by 1.4 times? 1.4 times. That is here 2.38. Well, Ferrari cost is almost 2.38 millions. Well, what is Lamborghini cost? 67,000 multiplied by 1.4. Now, what is the cost is? 938,000 is the cost of Lamborghini. And private Yachi cost is 140 millions. And here, private jet cost would be 75 multiplied by 1.4. 75 multiplied by 1.4 millions. 1.4, that is 105. Okay. Now here we can see that is the moments at the points. Now let's see what is the ironies. Well, now here I would mention what is the significant ironies as we could notify, and that is the significant momentums as we could see. Now here irony is that here we can see a meritorious students who can score, a meritorious boy aspirants who can score 720 out of 720 in NEET examinations of 2026 or NEET examination 2026. He can contest your what about the private jet planes? Private jet planes of 105 millions, private Yaris of 140 millions, private Lamborghini of 938,000 and private Ferrari of 2.38 millions, just because of here Nirmala Sitharaman's 40% GST tax on Ferrari. Now here, according with Nirmala Sitharaman, this is the significant luxury accordance with Nirmala Sitharaman. But now, let's check it. What is the realities of that? Well, with the Ferrari and Lamborghini, a meritorious students can reach to the center of the NEET examination 2026 or NEET examination 2026 in 1 second, where the driving distance would be 20,000 kilometers and driving time would be 1 second. Well, here we can see, I can assume that here my assumption would be wrong or not, I do not know. But here the examination would start in morning 9 o'clock. Here we can see this points of June 1, 2026. On the other hand, students have to arrive on the center of NEET examination on morning 8 o'clock, June 1, 2026, 1 hours earlier when the hours NEET examination would be start. And here, what is the points? Here we can see meritorious boy aspirants would be departed from his home at morning 7 o'clock 59 minutes past June 1, 2026. And what would be the driving distance? The driving distance would be 20,000 kilometers in the driving points of driving time of 1 second. And here This vehicle would be owned by Meritorious boy aspirant of NEET examinations. That and this type of meritorious boy students can score 70. I apologize. 720 out of 720 in the course of 180 correct answers out of 180 difficult question of NEET 2026. And now that is the moment he can answer it. Well, but now the problem is that Nirmala Sitharaman said 40% GST of here the Meritorious boy aspirants private card just because Meritorious boy aspirant private cars is the private car with the velocity of 20,000 kilometers per second. That is the problematic of Nirmala Sitharaman. Okay. It is the significant negative points as we could see. Well, now here we can see this. On the other hand, what about no married boy aspirants? Here I would mention about no married boy aspirants at the moment. Okay. Now no married boy aspirants can score almost 40 correct answers and 140 wrong answers. Now let's check it. What is a score of no married boy aspirant of NEET 2026? Here we can see these points. And now where is he? Yes, here we can see these points. Well, and now here is 40 and here we can see 140. No married boy aspirant of NEET exam 2026 can score 40 at the lowest score would be 40 correct answer and 140 wrong answer. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. What would be his score? His scores would be 20 out of 720. Okay. Now let's check the moments. I would like to repeat the cutoff system. Well, schedule cast accordance with schedule cast cutoff system. Here we can see the lowest cutoff of schedule cast would be here 138, and the highest cutoff of schedule cast would be almost 150 as officials. Well, unofficially here highest cutoff would be almost 299 of the schedule cast at the points as a safe cut off for schedule cast at the moment. Well, but now here low married boy aspirant of NEET can score 20 out of 104. I apologize. 20 out of 720 with 40 correct answer and 140 wrong answer. Well, in what 180 difficult questions of NEET examination 2026. That is here 180 marks lower than the lowest cutoff of scheduled caste. That is the significant momentum as points. But here we can see as a vehicles, Nirmala Sitharaman did not set any GST on the following low merit boy aspirant of NEET. What is the cause? Because here low merit boys aspirant of NEET car is a vehicle is the public bus, where he is a one of 50 passengers in the following public bus. That is the moment. And now here we can see it is just an economical discrimination between meritorious boy aspirant versus low merit boy aspirants. That is the moment. Now here I would explain here what is the definition of feminism. Well, the definitions of feminism is here the economical discriminations between meritorious boy aspirant versus low merit boys aspirant. And here you can see these points. Well, my sweet honey. Okay. Now here we can see it is my best pleasure to contest a compliment for you, but I would like to stay in the arranged manners and I would marry with another girl. But now you want to marry me. Here is my question is, are you girl or boy? If you are boy, hence I am not interested with you because I am a social media girl in social media. And 99% cases says my real gender can be opposite of the social media. Okay. I am girl. Okay. Now let's check it. We can continue with you. Now let's come to the topics. Here we can see the points. Well, a meritorious boy students, a meritorious boy aspirant of NEET contains here. What is the come to back? Okay. A meritorious boy students contains a Ferrari with the cost of 1.7 million United States dollars without GST. On the other hand, a low merit boy students, low merit boy aspirants of NEET can contain 10 rupees for a public bus ticket. Okay. But still, here Nirmala Sitharaman said 40% tax for the vehicle of the meritorious boy student of NEET examinations private vehicles, because that is Ferrari, and as with additions of GST, the cost of Ferrari becomes 2.38 million United States dollars. And now that is the significant problematics circumstance. Meritorious boy students of NEET encountered. Okay. Uh, Now someone said, do you content an account where I can we can send you money? Uh, oh my God! And here you can see the points. Well, I contains an account, but it is just for personal use. And in the real life, I am facing the unemployment. It is the cause that why I am containing live stream almost every day. That because I contest lack of employability. Okay, now let's check it. Well, when a meritorious boy students, I mean when a meritorious boy aspirants contents re NEET examination 2026. Here he can contents here Lamborghini without GST cost would be almost 670,000 United States dollars. Well, Nirmala Sitharaman said 40% tax GST tax on the following meritorious boy aspirants NEET 2026 private vehicles. Just because the private vehicle is Lamborghini car. Okay, and now after additions of GST, here Lamborghini cars cost became 983,000 United States dollars, and that is the significant problematics as we could see. Meritorious boy aspirant contests to face, and now that is the significant points. Well, and what about the low merit public bus? I mean, what about the low merit boy aspirants? Well, he contests no GST just because his vehicle is here public bus. Now, when the vehicle is public bus, then what would be the significant points? That is the central momentums, as we could see. Okay, now let's check at the moments. Well, here I am here to discuss meritorious boy aspirants of NEET 2026 here kinetic powers. Okay, now let's check at the moments. Here travel time is 1 second, hence kinetic force is kinetic energy. Well, here now let's check it. What is the velocity of that is the Ferrari or Lamborghini car? That is 20,000 km per second. That means 20 million meter per second. That is 26. I apologize. 20 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meters. That means per second. That means 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 meter per second. Okay. What is velocity square? That is 4 multiplied by 10 to the power 14 meter square per second square. Okay. Now what is half of weight of Ferrari or Lamborghini? That is 1000 kilograms. Now, as in calculations of meritorious boy aspirants, private vehicles kinetic power calculation is 10 cube multiplied by 4 multiplied by 10 to the power 14. That is 4 multiplied by 10 to the power 17. We can say that is here 400 billion megawatts. Okay. That is the points here. meritorious boy aspirants can travel. Well, on the other hand, and here we can see this when we are talking about low merit boy aspirants who can contest capabilities to score here 40 correct answer and 140 wrong answer out of 180 difficult questions in NEET examinations. Oh, his public bus contains half of weight to be 10,000 kilograms. Well, velocity is here 40 kilometer per hour. And here, what is the about the travel? Travel time is almost 1 hour. Okay. Now here we can say here the calculation is the difference of kinetic parts as we could see. Well, and now I will ask Modi ji to give you a job in Indian Army. Okay. Now your request is just a word because here in the several times here I rose the another person who was not Indians. Okay. Now here we can say the points 10,000 multiple by okay. What is here 40 kilometers, I mean 40,000 meter per hour. It can be divided by 3600, well, a square. But now let's here divided by at the moment. 36. Well, now okay. Now here we can see this. Now we could see here lower merit. I mean the low merit boy aspirants public bus contains kinetic power to be 343 watts. On the where meritorious boy aspirants contains here private car like Ferrari and Lamborghini with the kinetic power to be 400 billion megawatts. But still, here we can see the irony is that Nirmala Sitharaman said 40% GST on the meritorious boy aspirant of NEET examination 2026, and now that is a significant disaster for our education at the moment. Well, and now here we can see that is the significant points. And here I contest the private moments. Someone says that she will request Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, to provide me a job in Indian Army. Okay. Now here, dear commentators, could you prove that I am the Indian citizens? Could you prove that I am American citizens? Could you prove that I am here Australian citizens? Now here we can see this time I am roasting the several feminist celebrity of India in the topic of NEET examination 2026. And here we can NEET exam 2020. Hence, the commentator comments that she would request Narendra Modi ji to give me a job of Indian Army. Well, and now the several times earlier when I roast Blaze Metroli or Keir Stammers because of toxic feminism and toxic workism, here could anybody dare to provide a job to me where job would be the employment of British Army? It is impossible. I mean, it is not possible at the moment. Okay. Now let's check it. Now I can see the commentators. Shubhendu Adhikari will give you a job with Bande Bharat train conductor. Okay, now here we can see at least I have to prove myself to be an Indian citizen. You can accordance with your comments. Now let's back to the topics. Here we can see now here the significant moments when the 40% GST tax go to their meritorious boy aspirants of NEET. Here it would be the economical pressures on the meritorious boy aspirants, because here it is clear that 99% of meritorious boy aspirants of NEET is always rich kid. Well, now here I would say state at demonstrations. 99% of meritorious boy aspirant is demonstrate son of Mukesh Ambani. 99% meritorious boy aspirant is the demonstrated son of Gautam Adani. 99% meritorious boy aspirant of NEET is demonstrated son of Ajit Doval. Now here we can see what about low merit boy students and what about the low merit boy aspirants who can score 40 correct answer and 140 wrong answer out of 180 questions. Here is the demonstrated son of auto rickshaw driver. Here is the demonstrated son of here farmers. Now here we can see the points. And why I am saying the points? Here we can see when Nirmala Sitharaman contains the 40% GST of meritorious boys aspirant vehicles. Here is the significant points. Here, low merit boy aspirants can get opportunity to cheat contest at cheating on attempts at cheating on the NEET exams. And here we can see he can leak the NEET question papers. Well, NEET question paper leak culprit was mostly the farmers, laborers, auto rickshaw driver backgrounded. And now that is the momentum at the points. Who was the victim? The victim was meritorious boy aspirants who was the son of Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Ambani and Ratan Tata. Okay, now here is the moments. Let's check it. What about the points? Okay, and now here we can see the significant at the pressures of the moments, and still we contest re-NEET examinations when the and we know the re-NEET examinations would be occurs. Re-NEET question papers would be more difficult than normal NEET 2026. And now this is the points. That is the moments and opportunity for rich kids to prove themselves as an original meritorious boy aspirants when they are at the moment. Okay. Now here I mentions the highest scoreboard of meritorious boy aspirants and normal boy aspirants. Low merit boy aspirants. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the lowest score? Okay. In lowest score at the points, meritorious boy aspirant can score 170 correct answer and 10 wrong answer. Well, I think the meritorious boy aspirants would not be dumped to attend any wrong answers. And still here we can see these points. What would be the points at the moments? That is the significant times. As we can see, well, okay, now here we can see this moments. Now here we can see 170, and here this is one. Now, as a lowest score, meritorious boy aspirant can score 170 correct answer and 0 wrong answers. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the score? Here we can see this. The score would be here 168 out of 720 as a meritorious boy students. Okay. Now what about the low merit boy students at the points? Okay. Now here we can see this one. Low merit boy students can score 10 correct answers and 170 wrong answers. Now let's check it. Low merit boy student can score negative 130 out of positive 720 as a lowest score. Okay. Now here we can see this at the moments. Meritorious boy students can score positive 680 out of positive 720. Low merit boy students as the lowest score would be negative 130 out of positive 720. Well, now here we can see these points. Here, if here meritorious boy student would be from scheduled caste, his score is 680. That is almost 330 marks more than the highest cutoff of the general category. And now here we can see these points. A boy aspirant who can score 68 out of 72, a boy student who can score 680 out of 720 in the cost of he attending 170 correct answers. What is the private vehicle he owns? He owns the private jet with the velocity of 10,000, I forgot, 60,000 kilometer per second of the private jet. Okay, and now here we can discuss at the points. We well now let's check it at the momentums we could notify. Well, without GST, what is the highest cost of private jet? That is 75 millions. Now, the accordance with the additions of 40% by Nirmala Sitharaman, here we can see the current cost of private jet is 105 million United States dollars. Okay. And now, here we can see that is the significant moments, and here it is the significant outrage as we could notify. And what would be the cost? Here cost is just a significant points, and here we could notify here he is a Meritorious course. Lowest score is 0 wrong answer and 170 correct answer out of 180 questions can contain the vehicle as a private jet with the velocity of 10,000 km per second, and I apologize, 60,000 km per second. And here, what is the points of Nirmala Sitharaman? Nirmala Sitharaman's point is she want to set 40% tax on Meritorious boy students private jet with the velocity of 60,000 km per second. Okay. Now here we can see this points. On the other hand, what would be the significant momentums? Well, low merit boy aspirants can contain the vehicle as a public pass where he is one of 50 passengers. Public pass velocity is 40 km per hour, and from home to center of NEET examination would be at the travel time of 1 hour. And here we can see the kinetic powers would be here 343 as we could see. Okay, now let's check it. What is the Meritorious boy aspirants vehicles kinetic powers? Here we can see this one. Travel time is 1 second, hence kinetic power is kinetic energy. Now here, what is the calculations? Here the calculations is here. Now let me tell you this. What is 60,000 km per second? That is 60 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. And what is your velocity square? That is 256 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square per second square. Okay. Now what is the calculations of Meritorious boy aspirants vehicle kinetic powers? That is your 10 to the power 5 multiplied by your 256 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. What is 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 5? That is 10 to the power 7. And here we can see this, the kinetic power is 256 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 tiny watts. I would say it is a real point, calculation of 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 is 10 to the power 17. And here we can see is we have a Meritorious boy aspirants vehicles kinetic power is 25.6 trillion megawatts. Now here is the moments our Honorable Financial Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, here said 40% tax on whom? The 40% tax on the private jet of Meritorious boy aspirant of NEET examination 2026. And now that is their significant disagreements as we could see the moments. Okay, now here we can notify the private jets. Well. We know the half of weight of Ferrari is 1000 kilograms. We know half of Lamborghini car weight would be 1000 kilograms. We know half of weight of private jet would be 10 to the power 5 kilograms. But we do not know what is the cheese weights. Okay. Now let's check it. Here we can see the calculate. Yeah. Okay, now here we can see weight of heaviest cheese in kilogram. Now here we can see it is almost here sewer giants. Okay. Now it is here weight would be here 564 million tons. Okay. Now let's check it at the moments. Now it would be almost 34 million kilograms or here. Now let's check it. What would be the points? That is here 567 million kilograms at the heaviest yachts. Okay. And now let's find the moments. Well, as an category of news politics, here I could see here would be the points. Okay. Now I can see here the sea distance calculators. Okay. Now what is the departure? Departure is Haifa, the city of Israel. Person is Indians. Students, and here his center is here. What is the moments? Kolkata, the city of India. I mean Kolkata, the capital city of Okay. Now here we can see this momentums at the points. What is the now let's check at the clear maps. Hi, Fa Israel. Okay, and would be Kol Kolkata, the city of India. Okay. Now didn't here we could see that is the significant moments. Let's condense the shortest distance. Okay. Here we can see these points, and now here we can see what is the momentums. Okay. Well, okay. Now all is set, and here we can see nautical total naval distance is 9,030 nautical miles. Now here we can see the conversions of Indian students distance as nautical mile to kilometer. Acha, okay. Now here we can see this is the points. Now let's find 5930. It is almost 11,000 kilometers. Okay. Now here we can see driving. Well, naval timing would be still 1 second. As a naval timing, still would be 1 second. Where naval distance is 11,000 kilometers. Okay. Now let's check it the moments. What is your velocity to be 11,000 kilometers? That is your 11 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. And here we can see this points 11, that is 11,000 kilometer per second. Well, what is velocity square? That is 121 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square per second square. Okay. And in this point, when the travel time is 1 second, kinetic power is kinetic energy. Okay. Now the heaviest private ERG would be 567 million kilograms as their complete weights. Well, what is our weights at the moment? Well, 567 divided by 2, that is here almost 284. Half of weight of private ERG would be 284 million kilogram. And now here we can see what is the calculations of Meritorious boy aspirants naval vehicles for kinetic force. Calculation would be here 284 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 121 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. And what is 10 to the power 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 6? That is 10 to the power 18. And here we can see the points. Well, now what is 284 multiplied by 121? That is 34,364. Okay. Now here we can see those points. The kinetic powers of Meritorious boy S1 of DNEET 2026 private vehicle is 34.364 quadrillion megawatts. And now that is the moments. Okay, now here we can see the moments. Well, now in this times, well, what is the low married boys naval distance? That is almost 1000 kilometers. And what is the velocity of naval distance? That is, we can see this 10 kilometers per hour. Now, what is the naval time? That is 100. And here we can see 100. What is 12 multiplied by 8? That is 96. That means almost 8 days, 4 hours. That's the moments. And now, what is the half of weight of low married boy aspirants of private naval vehicles? Naval vehicles. That is 1000 almost 3000 kilograms as a half of weight. Just because it is a normal boat. And here we can see this moments. Now let's check it. What is the calculations of kinetic powers of law made by students naval vehicles? That is 3000 as in half of words multiple by. Okay. Now what is 10 kilometer per hour? Okay, 10 kilometers, that means 10,000 meters, divided by 36 0. And now here we can see this points square. That points here I am doing the my jobs. Okay, now let's divide it the significant moments. 100 multiplied by 3600, and here 3. Okay, now let's check it. What is the points? Okay, here we could see the law made by students, law made by aspirants of NEET naval vehicles kinetic powers is 4.96 multiplied by 10 to the power 13 watts. Okay, that is the significant momentums at the points, as we could see. Okay, now let's check it. It is a significant disturbance at the moment. Well, when low merit what is here 10 to the power negative 13 watts, that is here we can see the points 0.1 picowatts. Where low merits boy aspirant of NEET naval vehicles contains kinetic power to be 0.4962 picowatts. Here Meritorious boy aspirant of NEET contains the kinetic powers to be naval vehicles kinetic powers to be here 34.364 quadrillion megawatts. Now where is 34.664 quadrillion megawatts and where is here 0.4962 picowatts? It is the significant points, that is strongly as the contents as science to beliefs. Here, Meritorious boy aspirant is almost the rich people or middle class people. And now, irony is that our honorable girl, our honorable financial minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, said 40% GST on home. Here we can say 40% GST on Meritorious boy aspirant of NEET's naval vehicles, because it is the private yacht to be the weight of 567 million kilograms and the velocity to be here 11,000 kilometers per second. And now that is the significant moments that can be worries about the points. Well, and now here we can see in the with the naval travel. Now irony is that within in the economical struggles, the Meritorious boy aspirants encounters as a GST 40% GST for Nirmala Sitharaman, when the Meritorious boy aspirant could score 720 out of 720 within the 180 right answer out of 180 difficult question in NEET examination of 2026. Nirma, here what we can see? We can see here paper, here is a news that is NEET question paper has been leaked. Hence, NEET question exams has been cancelled. And now that is the significant suffering from, that is a significant suffering only for Meritorious boy aspirants who is as a rich kid. Well, now on the other hand, that what is about the poor kids at the moment? On the poor kids contest at times to state the propaganda against capitalism and the propaganda to support communism. But reality is the significant where reality is communism cannot provide you the meritorious doctors of India who we can see the points. Well, after NEET examinations, Meritorious boy aspirant can be automatically is medical boy to be medical students of all Indian institutes of medical science. And now, and the irony is that still the Meritorious boy medical students of the All Indian Institute of Medical Science would pay 40% GST only for the private yacht. And now here we can see that is the points. Well, what can we do? Here we can see this. It would be almost separate with live stream to be 10 minutes. And here we can see the next points. Well, here our work has been done. And now, well, I am researching on our next feminist celebrity to be roasting materials, and I would wish that she would be Khushbu Patani, but recently here I contest and complete videos of Divija Basins, where what about the Divija Basins points? Divija Basin contains a proper videos about uh, patriarchal divide and rule policies. Well, in the previous live stream, I have mentioned that why patriarchal divide and rule policies is actually good for meritorious girl aspirants. Now, I think as a next live streams, I have to back to meritorious girl aspirants of the re-NEET, I mean re-NEET examinations. Okay. Now everything is going wrong as we can see. See you then. Followers. Love you. Okay.